From the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
COVID numbers in Henrico are as high as they've been in nearly 3 months. We'll tell you what that means from the CDC's perspective. And the family of a former Short Pump Middle School student allegedly assaulted in the school has settled a lawsuit against the school system. We'll have details in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Thursday, July 29th, 2021. It's brought to you today by Henrico County CSB Prevention Services and in part by Chess Counselor LLC, helping students one move at a time, bringing chess and wellness programs to the community. Visit them at chesscounselor.com.
And now for the news.
Well, the 7-day average number of new daily COVID-19 cases in Henrico this week reached its highest true level in nearly 3 months, according to the Virginia Department of Health, as COVID's Delta variant and what local health officials are calling, quote, imprecise adherence to COVID guidelines, end quote, combined to bring another wave of the virus to the county. The 7-day average reached 34 cases on July 26th. It was at 31 yesterday. Those are levels not seen in the county since the first week of May. There were a few days earlier this month that were a bit higher than that, but they were artificially inflated because VDH was making data adjustments that reflected earlier cases. The transmission risk in Henrico is now considered substantial, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. That's the second highest of 4 levels of transmission, just behind high. CDC on Tuesday recommended that everyone in substantial and high transmission localities, even those who are fully vaccinated, begin wearing masks indoors. Yesterday in Henrico, a total of 44 new cases were reported. That's the third time that at least that many had been reported on a single day since July 20th. Statewide data has reflected similar trends. On Wednesday, Virginia reported more than 1,000 new cases, the most on a single day since about 1,250 were reported April 30th. Last week, Richmond and Henrico Health District officials said they could definitively attribute about 10% of new cases in the two localities to the Delta variant, though that figure probably is much higher, they said, since not all positive tests are tested to see which variant they represent, and sequencing of variants can take several weeks. National figures pointed to much higher rates of the Delta variant, about 80%. Good news is that the COVID vaccines work against the new variant. Since May 1st, more than 94% of all new COVID cases in Virginia's central region have occurred in people who were not fully vaccinated, as have 87.5% of all virus-related hospitalizations and 91% of virus-related deaths. The family of a former Short Pump Middle School student who was allegedly sexually battered and tormented with racial slurs on school grounds 4 years ago has settled a federal lawsuit against the school board and other school system officials. It's a story you'll only read on henricocitizen.com. We posted it yesterday. The boy, who was referred to as DJ in the lawsuit, was a 7th grader at Short Pump Middle and played on the school's football team when the incident occurred October 13th of 2017. He was considered a special needs student and was being educated with an individualized education plan, or an IEP. While he was changing his clothes before football practice, DJ and other black students were held down against their will, while other players simulated sex acts on the boys and taunted them with racial slurs, according to the lawsuit. A complaint filed by DJ's parents seeking a total of $350,000 had also listed the school's former principal, Thomas McCauley, and football coach Scott Bowers as defendants. No word on the amount of the settlement. You can read much more about the lawsuit and settlement at henricocitizen.com by clicking on News and Education. Here's a traffic alert if you're traveling the far west end in the Tuckahoe district. A broken utility line in Goochland has prompted the closure of River Road from Gaskins Road to the Henrico-Goochland line. It is expected to remain closed through Saturday. River Road in Henrico west of Gaskins is open to local traffic only, but all other motorists should travel on westbound Patterson Avenue to Blair Road and then head south to connect again with River. Some good news recently from Richmond International Airport, which reported a new all-time annual record of 180.5 million pounds handled in fiscal year 2021 generated by air cargo carriers. The figure represents a year-over-year increase of more than 30%, reflecting a pandemic surge in online purchases, according to airline officials. Air cargo volume is expected to continue to rise at the airport with the growth of e-commerce and the arrival of Amazon's robotics fulfillment center that is being built right now near Richmond Raceway. If you're in the Varina District, you may want to mark your calendars for an in-person Varina District Town Hall meeting hosted by school board member Alicia Atkins, who represents the district. It'll take place next month on August 17th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at John Rolfe Middle School. Also appearing at the meeting will be several guest speakers, including Henrico Superintendent Amy Cashwell, who will provide an update on back-to-school plans. You'll also be able to get information about resources for the new school year. If you can't make it in person, there will be a live stream of the meeting as it happens at henricoschools.us, and a recording of the meeting will be posted online afterward. 3 houses in Henrico have sold for more than $1 million during the most recent week on record. You can find out more about where they're located and see other property transactions from the week of July 14th through 20th right now on henricocitizen.com. Just click on News and then Property Transactions.
As we all strive to do our part during this extraordinary time, Henrico Area Mental Health serves as your local and public mental health agency, continuing to do its part. We all experience mental health challenges, especially during extreme challenging times.
It doesn't matter your age, gender, race, or ethnicity. Each person is affected differently. If you're a resident of Charles City, New Kent, or Henrico counties, and you, a family member or friend or someone you know, may need someone to talk to about the mental health challenges being experienced.
Do your part and call us at 804-727-8515. That's 804-727-8515. We're here to help. Remember, mental health is good health. Call Henrico Area Mental Health at 804-727-8515. That number again is 804-727-8515.
This message comes to you from Henrico County CSB Prevention Services.